So in today's video, I will be talking about the smartest path to $10,000 per month in 2024, and we're doing this by sending simple emails. And for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Jim Fung. I'm the founder of SalesWay.io and InboxLab.io, and over here you see a quick little screenshot just to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about, that I've actually made $10,000 in a single month. This is a screenshot of my first ever $10,000 month in my business, and this took place 2 years ago in December 2022. Since then, I went on to make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I know what I'm talking about, right? So what I'm about to share with you in today's video is the only path that is guaranteed to take you to $10,000 per month in what is now considered to be the most competitive business landscape in human history. But before I explain everything in detail, I first need to run over some background context just so that you understand why this is the smartest path to $10,000 per month in 2024. So the first thing we want to talk about is why the old business models are actually broken. All the other business models that you see all these other people online talking about, why they're actually broken in 2024 and why it doesn't give you the greatest chance to actually succeed and get to your first $10,000 per month. So there's really two types of business models that just exist. The first type are service-based businesses. So what this includes are SMMA, so social media marketing agencies, copywriting, growth operating. All of these different type of business models are service-based businesses where you're providing a service and you're selling that to other businesses. Now, the problem with all of these business models, these service-based business models, is that number one, they're very saturated. It's highly competitive. Everyone and their mother has their own SMMA, has their own marketing agency, and it will literally take you months, if not years, to learn and then master all the skills that are actually required to actually succeed and actually make money. So that's the first type of business, service-based businesses. Now, the second type of businesses are known as product-based businesses. And these are business models such as dropshipping or Amazon FBA. And as the name implies, these are businesses where you have physical products and you're selling them online, right? So whether you're running your own e-com brand or your own e-com store, you're selling things through Amazon, these are product-based businesses. And the problem and why these type of businesses are broken is number one, they're extremely capital intensive, meaning if you don't have money to start with, it'll be very hard to make money. The second thing is it will require money to run on ads. The third one is it's very risky if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're a beginner and you've never done it before and you just really don't know what you're doing, and it will actually require you to spend more money to make money because, obviously the more money you can spend on inventory for business models like Amazon FBA, the more money you will then go on to make, right? So those are the two types of business models, and that's why these business models are actually broken in 2024. And don't get me wrong, there are people I actually know who are definitely making money with all of these business models, but what we're talking about is you, not other people. What is the quickest and simplest way for you to build a business and get to $10,000 per month in 2024, right? Even if you have no prior experience, no case studies, or no previous business acumen, even if you don't have tens of thousands of dollars ready to invest into upfront capital that you're willing to risk, and even if you do not have 10 plus hours every single day for the next 6 months that you can spend to learn and master a bunch of different complex skills. So what I actually discovered is there's a new model, and this was an insight that I learned from IBM, Microsoft, and Amazon, right? And over here on the screen, what you can see is I asked ChatGPT, I'm using AI, and I asked it, how do tech companies like IBM and Microsoft, how do they find new clients? How do they find new customers? And the answer is tech companies like IBM and Microsoft use a combination of traditional and modern strategies to find new clients. And one of them is something called outbound marketing, right? More specifically, cold outbound. So they use targeted cold email campaigns to reach potential clients. So the insight was about how these billion-dollar tech companies find new clients, find new customers, and generate leads for their own business. And what is the specific channel and the specific strategies that they use to sell products and to sell solutions that then go on to generate billions of dollars in sales every single year. And that channel was cold emails, where what they do is they go out, they build a list of companies which they could potentially sell their own products, sell their own services to. Then they reach out to decision makers at those companies over an email to then pitch and to sell that product or service, right? And I know this to be true because I was actually a summer intern at IBM in tech sales in 2022. So before I started the business, right before I started this specific business, I actually worked at IBM in tech sales. So I saw from the inside out the exact process that they use, the exact same process that these billion-dollar companies use to generate leads, find new clients, find new customers, and create billions of dollars in sales every single month, right? And that's actually a picture of me standing there at the IBM office here in Toronto, Canada, right? But do you know how hard it is to make $1 billion worth of sales every single month, right? So this is actually a screenshot where I asked on Google, what is the revenue for IBM in 2024, right? So in the first quarter, the first 4 months of 2024, the first 3 months actually, right? The first 3 months of 2024, IBM made $14.5 billion, right? They're making multiple billions of dollars every single month in sales, in revenue. So later in 2022, after my internship ended, I actually accidentally applied this exact same model and it completely changed my life. I actually decided to start my own business and sell cold emails as a service to other businesses, right? Helping other businesses generate leads and find new customers by using cold emails, right? And obviously in the screenshot, I started my business in October 2022. The first month I spent just learning everything, figuring everything out, started sending these cold emails. And by December 2022, I had hit my first 10K month. I actually hit $10,502.70, basically within 60 days, right? And obviously this business model is called a lead generation agency, LGA for short. And again, right, I started in October 22, 68 days later, I had hit my first 10K month. And within my first year of running this business, I had scaled it to consistent $50,000 months. And to be honest, right, I really don't know too many people who have achieved this income, starting a business, starting an online business, and going from $0 to $10,000 in the first 60 days, then going from $10,000 to $50,000 in a single month within the next 12 months, right? And obviously, I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the most skilled person. I pretty much just got lucky and stumbled across something that just really works, right? It's literally that simple. There was an opportunity in front of me. I saw it. I took advantage of it. And now I'm reaping the rewards, right? So kind of the impact of this new model, right? So obviously that's an example of me, that's my story, but how about other regular everyday people who have took this opportunity, took this new business and applied it and have then went on to make tens of thousands of dollars, right? So for here, we have a guy called Brian Tsai. He went from $0 to $11,000 in a single month by building his own lead generation agency. Before starting his business, he was a university student with no prior business experience. And after he started the business, he was selling cold emails and he made $11,000 in a single month while being a university student, while being a college student, right? We have Spencer Duke, who went from $0 to 11.5K in 14 days. Before building his own lead generation agency, he ran a prior investment business and he wanted to start something that was less intensive and he wanted to build something that was just more scalable and something way more simple to actually scale, right? And after starting his lead generation agency, he went from $0 to 11.5K in half a month, in 14 days, right? Literally in 2 weeks, he made $11,000. We have Kevin Yu, who before starting his own lead generation agency, he worked as a software engineer in California and he wanted to start a business which provides him with time, location, and financial freedom. After starting his lead generation agency, he was selling cold emails and he went from $0 to 9.5K in literally 30 days, almost $10,000 in a single month within 30 days. With Tyler Ritchie, who before starting his own lead generation agency, he worked as a SDR, a salesperson, and he wanted to start a business which could then replace his 9-to-5 income while allowing him to do things his own way, right? After starting his own lead generation agency, he went from $0 to $6,000 in literally 28 days, right? We have Chino Devlin, right, who actually lives in the Philippines and he wanted to build an online business. After selling cold emails as a service, he closed his first deal for $2,000 USD, right? That's insane because he's in the Philippines and literally $2,000 USD is probably like half a year's worth of income for the average Filipino person, right? Which is absolutely insane. He then went on to make a lot more money, signing a lot more clients and selling his service a lot better. right? So these are all results of people that I've done interviews with on my own YouTube channel. So if you're doubting that this is real, that this is possible, just go onto my YouTube channel, and if you search, you could find every single one of these interviews, because these are real people with real results. And obviously there are countless more examples of other people who have leveraged this exact same business model, who have started and built their own lead generation agency and have then went on to make thousands of dollars. But obviously, for the sake of this video and not making it, 1 hour long, hopefully you get the picture, right? So here are 3 reasons why a lead generation agency is actually the simplest path to $10,000 per month in 2024. So I decided to break down 3 key reasons why this is the case. So the first reason is you really only need to learn one key skill, and that one key skill is cold emails. So the main problem with other business models, right, SMMA, copywriting, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, growth operating, IPGA, all of these other business models, is it actually requires you to learn and become an expert at a bunch of different skills in order to actually make money. So for example, let's take SMMA, a social media marketing agency, one of the most popular business models over the last few years, right? The first thing you have to learn is, number one, how to find new clients, and whether that is, reaching out to new clients using cold emails, cold DMs, or cold calls, you first have to learn how to do that. After you learn how to do that and you're consistently talking with people, you now have to learn how to sell your service and literally convince business owners that you're different from all the other people selling the exact same thing as you. And then you obviously have to convince business owners that they actually need your services, right? If you're selling video editing, you have to convince business owners that video editing is valuable, right? And I know this because I get pitched video editing services probably 3 to 5 times a day. So I literally see this happening from the other side of things. After you do that, you then have to learn how to actually deliver the service that you just sold them. So if you're running an SMMA, you have to learn how to run ads on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube. It's not that simple, right? If you're selling copywriting, you have to learn how to actually copyright. If you're selling video editing, you have to learn how to actually edit videos, right? If you're selling, website design, you have to learn how to actually build websites. So these are all different skills, and understand that if you tried some of these businesses in the past and you haven't made money, or you haven't seen the results that you were actually expecting, or didn't make the amount of money that you wanted to, it's not your fault. The reason why is because all of these gurus who push these broken business models onto people, onto you, they don't actually explain to you that you need to learn a bunch of different things in order to actually succeed, right? And obviously, it's not very likely that a complete beginner learns and masters all these different skills in a very short period of time, right? It's just not very likely. So with a lead generation agency, you only need to learn how to cold email, right? So for example, for me, I was first learning how to find clients for myself using cold emails. Then once I became proficient at cold emails, AKA I had proof of concept that it actually works, because I was obviously sending cold emails for myself. And once people reply and I was getting sales calls because cold emails was working, I was jumping onto these sales calls with business owners. And since I had generated that, literally generated that same sales call using cold emails, I was reaching out to business owners and setting up these sales calls. I was literally able to tell business owners, hey, John, think about how we were able to set this up. I literally cold emailed you. You thought what I had to say was interesting, and we set up a time. This is proof that cold emails work. This exact service that we're selling you, that it works. It's the ultimate form of proof. Then once I signed a client, I was literally doing the exact same thing that I did to sign that client in the first place, right? I was using cold emails, except now I was pitching on behalf of my client's business, right? I was cold emailing for my clients. Now, obviously, this is a business, and I'd be lying if I said that it was, just as simple as it sounds. But the overall idea is, since you're selling the exact same thing that you're using for yourself, which is obviously cold emails, you're able to cut down the time that it takes to succeed, because you're really learning one core skill as opposed to learning a bunch of different skills. You're learning cold emails. So that's the first reason. Now, the second reason was I was able to sell something that the market wants, that has extremely high demand, and that is essentially recession proof. So the worst thing that can happen in business is selling something that the market just doesn't want, because someone could be the most skilled salesperson in the entire world, but if they're selling something that people just don't need, or something that people don't find valuable, it's still not going to sell. It's still not going to work. Now, on the other hand, Cold email lead generation is a service that is being provided to other businesses. Think about the largest problem that keeps business owners up at night. What is that problem, right? The answer is how to find new clients, how to find new customers. That's the number one problem that business owners have at night that's keeping them up. Right now, with lead generation as a service, you're literally solving this problem for business owners. And think about it, no matter the state of the economy, businesses will always need more leads. Businesses will always need new clients, which is where the lead generation agency comes in and provides a solution, right? So I actually did this search on Google. There are literally over 3 million B2B businesses in the US alone. So obviously I'm in Canada, right? Or if you're watching this and you're in UK or anywhere else in the world, this number of 3 million is only US based businesses, right? So there's definitely millions more B2B businesses in Canada, in the UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, in any other country in the world. So there's 3 million of these B2B businesses in the US alone, and all of them needs new leads, right? This will literally never saturate. And while I was putting this video together, I realized this as well, right? As a crazy statistic. If you want to get to $10,000 per month with your own lead generation agency, you only need 0.0000167% of the market to pay you $2,000 per month. You need a peanut size of the market to pay you that amount of money for you to get to $10,000 per month, right? Just as a crazy statistic, right? Now, the third reason is I was developing and learning a high income skill that literally translates into any future business opportunity, and it's guaranteeing that I will never be broke again, right? Because understand that this is a business and money is made by selling lead generation as a service. However, this is also a skill set, right? We're not selling something that is gimmicky. We're not selling something that is a trend. We're literally developing a skill set and then productizing it and selling it as a service, right? We're learning a high income skill set. And that skill set is the skill of finding people who are interested in buying products and interested in buying services. And in the last 1.5 years, as I built and scaled my own lead generation agency, I have learned and kind of become an expert at finding people who want to buy what I have for sale. And this is obviously a skill that guarantees that I will never be broke again, because as long as I have something for sale, as long as I have a product, as long as I have a service, I will always be able to know how to find people who are willing to pay for it. So for example, if tomorrow I wanted to open a lemonade stand, I understand the strategy of how to find customers who are willing to buy my lemonade. Or if I wanted to, in the future, develop a piece of software and then sell it to different companies, I understand how to find these companies who might be interested in paying for my software. So you get the point, right? And while in each of these examples, while I might not be finding people looking to buy my stuff using cold emails, right? For example, if I was selling lemonade, I wouldn't be using cold emails. The underlying psychology behind why people will want to buy my stuff and how to create interest in those people remains the same. And that's the skill that is being developed while building a lead generation agency. Now, obviously, the more skilled someone is at generating leads, the more money they could demand, the more money they can charge, because the service becomes that much more valuable. So those are 3 reasons why this is the smartest path to getting to $10,000 per month in 2024. So just to wrap things up, right? And I have nothing to sell you. I have nothing for sale, by the way. But just to wrap things up, if I had to go from 0 to $10,000 per month in 2024, well, I think you know what my answer is, right? It's obviously with a lead generation agency. And if you ever wanted to be early on something big, this is it. This is the opportunity right in front of you, right? And I wanted to make this video as an informational type of video just to show you what I think is the smartest way to $10,000 per month in 2024. However, obviously, I understand that this video didn't go into the specifics and then go into the step-by-step, do this, do that, do all of those things. I actually have a video going into very specific details on everything you need to do step by step to go from 0, starting your own lead generation agency, to making $10,000 per month with your own lead generation agency. That's actually the first link in the description below. And if you click that video, it goes into exact detail, right? Everything I know about starting and scaling your own lead generation agency to $10,000 per month in 2024. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share in today's video. Hope you like it. If you do, subscribe. If you disagree, comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.